Hi. Can you hear me?
Arshie. I was on mute.
That's okay.
How are you?
Hello. Hi, Arshie.
Hi, Boga. How are you today?
Hi, Ngoni. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Only a little.
Only a little what?
Because I have fasted.
How are the fasts going?
Not good now. I'm thirsty now.
Fair enough. Yeah. How was you guys' weekend?
But this weekend I have not revised my my lessons.
It's okay. We're gonna revise together. It's fine. We're gonna all revise a little bit. Do you know if anyone else is joining us today?
Let me call them.
Okay. Thank you, Gone.
Tu te connectes ou pas? Okay. 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 Talibé is joining us.
Okay. Perfect. Did you guys have your meeting this morning in English?
No, we have not done our meetings this morning.
Oh, okay.
No.
Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Asamba,
Hi, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
You have a new pupil, a new student, Arshie.
Yeah.
You can say,
Hello, Arshie. How are you?
I'm good, Talibe. How are you?
I'm fine. What about your weekend?
All right, not too bad. We had really great weather in Madrid, so that was really nice. Lots of sun.
Very good weather.
Yeah, not today. Today is cold. I have a jacket on, but
Okay.
the weekend was really nice.
Okay. How many degrees?
I think it was like, it went up to 20, but
20.
really sunny. So it's really nice when you go out to the park and, you can just like sit in the sun, read a book. It was perfect, that kind of weather.
You are not in, how can I say it, in confinement. I don't know how you say it
in confinement. No, we're not in confinement.
Okay.
The rules are different. We've been in something that's called the state of alarm for almost a year now, when there's a curfew, like everyone has to be home before 10 p.m.
Okay.
No restaurants are open really late, no, like the theater, music, all of that shuts early, but we can go outside, like at least our houses. Are you guys in confinement still?
Not confinement, but the second thing you said, you tell was going to help me is
A curfew.
A
curfew.
Curfew, yes.
There's a night curfew.
Okay. Masamba, you have to put your camera.
Actually, I have not reached Maram.
Sorry.
I don't know if she's here today.
Okay.
Guys, Maram is here today?
Yes, yes.
He was here this morning and was confirmed his participation.
So I think we can start.
You see, you have a very nice guy, Masamba. You have to make a presentation or introduction.
Introduction, yeah. Masamba, do you want to introduce yourself? I haven't met you, and then I'll tell you a little bit about myself as well.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Masamba. I'm working in Mazars since 2004, and I'm the head of accounting and outsourcing department.
Wow.
I'm happy to join this group, and sorry to was absent next week because I have two meetings, and happily.
Last week, you want to say? You say next week.
The past week. The past week.
Last week.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about what your goals with English are? Like, why do you want to be in this class? What would you like to learn or improve?
Okay, my best problem is listening.
Your worst problem.
Well, yes, the big problem, worst problem, because I have more difficulty to understand when people speak quickly.
Okay, perfect. So that's perfect because all these guys know I talk pretty fast. No, it's a joke. But okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So my name is Arshie. I'm working in Madrid as English like language teacher, but I specialize in teaching like for people as a second language. So everyone who's trying to learn English as a second language, that's my specialty. So I work with that. And I'm originally from India. And I used to live in the US. I went to school in the US and I grew up there and like in between there and India and like a couple other places as well. So I really like traveling. I really like culture, and I don't know that
And
much.
spices.
And spices, of course. Yeah. And another thing I just realized is as Masamba was introducing himself was that Mazar has a really good retention rate. Do you know the word retention, employee retention?
Okay, yes.
Employees who was here for a long time.
Yeah, that's amazing because all of you guys have been at Mazar for such a long time. So that's really great. We should do a class sometime about like HR policies or something like that. I think that would be interesting. So in the last 2 weeks, I'll tell you a little bit, in the last 2 classes, I'll tell you a little bit of what we worked on. We did introductions. I know everyone a little bit now. I know everyone's job roles. And you said you work in accounting, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And we started small talk for a meeting last class. So we're going to continue working on that today. I don't know if you guys remember, I had said that today at the end of class, we're going to have a fake meeting. So basically the point is for Taliban and Gone to practice in English for their Monday morning meetings. Gone told me
We
you
have
haven't
not
had a
done
meeting today.
Monday mornings. They have not done our meeting
Yeah, you
Because
haven't done it.
because he don't want to speak English. That's why he
it's-
canceled the
no,
meeting.
no, I am not agree because he came every Mondays late. He came at 9.
He
You have
comes.
to begin out at 9 because you
When
have to
something happens every time, you use
Mhm.
the repetitive tense, right? So she
Yes.
comes late every Monday,
Mhm.
but no,
She
you
usually
had her
come
meeting today. Yeah, she usually comes late. Is what
from
you're trying to say.
every Monday. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna try to do it in class today, but I'm gonna share my screen so we can continue where we left off. For I guess it was only. Is there someone new? Because I can see on my screen LL.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Abaka, yes.
LL.
Yeah.
Yes, you have some new.
Maybe Baba. His name is L.
It's not Baba.
No,
It's just
Baba-
LL. But
Yeah, I don't know.
perhaps it's Baba.
LL. I can ask him, Baba. You are
LL.
connected to the meeting? LL. It is you? Yeah, it's Baba.
Okay. All right. What was I saying? Okay, Masamba, if you don't follow anything, please stop me and just ask a question, yeah? Because we're gonna pick up from what we did last week. So we were just discussing some expressions.
Okay.
So if there's something you don't follow, just stop me, yeah? I'm just gonna share my screen with you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we were working on these expressions, right? Does this ring a bell? To make a start without them, to get through, to send round. Do you guys remember these from last week?
Not all, but some.
We had done the first half. I think we had done up to sent round, I think.
And round, yes.
The agenda, one of these we had done up till here. So do you remember the first 5 or 6?
The first one, yes. Not all.
Not all. We'll look through them again. Maybe we can do a quick summary for Masamba as well to follow what these expressions mean. So this is okay, actually maybe before we start, Talibi, can you explain what small talk is?
Small talk is, can I explain it? Small talking is some small expression we usually have in our conversation. And you tell us to make some sentences with some stuff.
With some of
Small-
these expressions.
Yes. Is
Perfect.
it correct?
Yeah. Thank you. Masamba, did you follow?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. So it's all these expressions that you use more casually, but in a business setting. So these are things that you would often hear in an office, in a meeting, in a conference room, but in a more casual setting. This is not actual, like you're not talking about like statistics or finances, or, you know, like you're not saying balance and all of that, like profit and loss. This is the more casual vocabulary you need for a business setting. Make a start without them. Who can explain this? Boka?
Make start without them. Oh, I have forgotten this.
No,
Okay.
it's
I
very
want you
easy.
guys to pay,
Try, please, try.
I'm gonna try, and also I want you guys to pay a lot of attention to your pronunciation. Okay, I know you can do it, but when you don't think about it, you use the more like French style of pronunciation. But in English, I would say make a start without them.
Make a start without them.
Perfect.
Make start.
It's very easy, Boka.
I have to explain this expression.
Yes.
And to give an example.
Okay. We Talibe and I we are going to eat our lunch without Ngone.
Okay, so we are going to start without, no? But you
Without
wouldn't
Ngone.
really use this in for lunch. You would say in this meeting, Talibe and I made a start without Gone because we had to start talking about something, or you had to start working about something. Yeah?
Yeah.
Osama, does it make sense? Okay, a lot to get through. This one's really simple. Does anyone? Yeah, do you get it? So we have a lot to get through, right? Okay. Talibe, see where we are.
I see where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want me to explain it?
Yes, please, with an example.
See where we are. My problem is I'm thinking in French. And
You have to think in English.
yes, I know. So
Can I give an example?
Yeah, maybe.
No. Let me give my explanation.
Okay. Go ahead.
We must see where we are before to answer to our client.
Okay, that works. We must see where we are on something, right? So you want to see where we are on production before
on the report. On the report before to respond to the client.
Before responding to the client.
Before responding to the client.
Perfect. Okay. All right, Gone, next one. Work out what I or we still need to do. Go ahead.
I have a question. When we say, if I understand, it is the progress situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
To check the progress, exactly. Okay, Gone, work out what I or we still need to do. What does that mean?
So, work out.
Oh, you see, this is my difficult expression last week.
I don't remember, but let me think about it and work out what we still need to do.
Go ahead, Ngoni, go ahead. You can do it. You have forgotten?
Yes.
Oh,
you want to help me?
Do you remember? Because it was your example from last week. Boka, do you remember?
I have.
Talibe, do you remember? Can you help them?
I'm afraid no, because okay. So perhaps I will try. You still need to do. You still need to do. Oh, Masamba, go ahead, Masamba.
Talibe, yeah.
I think he's left. I don't see. Okay, he's there. It basically means to calculate something or to Do you remember that when I was saying it means to calculate and to plan your next action? So I think Boka's example was that he needed to work out the issue with his bank so he could buy something, or like something about finances, right? It was something like that. So it basically means to calculate. So I need to work out what time I finish my morning classes to see if I can reach for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. So it basically means to do like a mental math or to calculate something.
Okay, mental math calculation.
Okay, tie up any remaining loose ends. I know you remember this. I know you guys remember this one. Talibai, do you remember it?
No.
I think it is when we have to manage one thing before, no, not before. Any remaining loose
No,
ends.
you're right, Gone. Think about it. What you're saying was right.
Yeah, we have to manage one thing before doing an important thing.
Exactly. So it's when you have to resolve something small, right?
Yeah.
Tie up a loose end means you have to resolve something small before you can do something big. Can you give us an example just so it's more clear?
I should tie up my proposal before starting English class.
Okay, so remember I had said this last week as well. When you say tie up any loose ends, you have to always say it with loose ends. You can't say it. So you would say, I have to tie up remaining loose ends with my proposal before I can commit, because otherwise English class is not that big, right? Compared to your proposal. Here your proposal is bigger in that sense. So if you're saying English class, you're saying commit to the whole time, right? Like if you're going to do it for a month or 2 months, something like that. So you would say, you have to make sure that the second thing is bigger or more important or more time consuming, that it's going to take more time.
For my case, English class is bigger than the proposal.
Okay.
We will not be agree with that, but
because we don't have how can I say it, fees in this English class.
Sama, go ahead. You have a question?
Yeah, so what I mean tie?
Okay, so to tie is to tie your shoelaces, right? Like when you tie something, that is the literal meaning, to tie. So this is an expression where you say to tie up any remaining loose ends, means to, you know, if you weave like a scarf or something, if you make something like that, you know how, actually wait, I have a scarf, I can show you guys. Do you know how these scarves have these things?
Yeah.
These are called loose ends. So those end, it means to like kind of finish something before you can start a new project, right? So you need to finish this small part of the thing you're already working on, your existing project. So that's why you would say tie up any remaining loose ends before you can start something new. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I say I have to tie up a little meeting before traveling?
Yeah, but
use the word losing ends, remaining loose ends.
Okay.
You always have to say loose ends, and you can't tie up a meeting because a meeting is an activity. This is more like for objects or projects, something that you can do. Yeah, so you can't say, or you can say, okay, there's an interesting, maybe I can put it here because for the expression that you asked is wrap up. You can say, I have to wrap up a meeting before I can leave.
Okay.
And the expression wrap up means what you do to presents. You know how you buy gift wrapping paper and you wrap up a present? That's what it means. It means to cover it, like to close it, kind of.
Okay, right.
So I have to wrap up a meeting before I can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Okay. Sent round. I know you remember this one, Talibai. Sent round.
Sent round. Bakar can help me.
I cannot help you. So I'm sorry. I have forgotten.
Sent round.
Sent round, to go round.
Sent round was an easy one.
Sent
Do you remember?
No,
is the predicate of to go.
Guys, we all did examples of these, no?
Also, you have forgotten.
Yes.
Okay. Sent round. I'll give you an example and then you can tell me if you know. The HR department sent round the new policy that everyone had to attend English class.
Okay. Yes. It's like to distribute
Distribute to everyone.
to everyone. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gets something, the same memo or the same piece of information. It means sent round. It says sent round. All right. Does anyone want to do an example?
Arshie sent round the English video class last week.
Perfect. So I sent it to everybody, right?
After the class.
After the class. Perfect. Stick to the agenda.
Of course, after the class. Talibé.
Okay, d'accord.
Stick to the agenda. Okay. Can I explain?
Yeah, please go
I
ahead.
think I understand. I stick to the agenda. I think.
Okay, let's actually explain. We are wasting our time with you.
No, I know, not waste time. I stick to the agenda. I respect the agenda, the date.
Okay, so
I
there's
respect the agenda. Oh,
you expect the agenda is what you're saying?
I respect
Respect the agenda.
I respect
Yeah.
the agenda. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's what it means. But in this case, agenda has two meanings. One is like the date and the time, like the little book, right, where you put your meetings, is called an agenda. But also in meetings, an agenda is the goal. Like the agenda of this meeting is to resolve our public relations problem.
Okay.
Or the agenda of this meeting is to decide on our new projects. So the goal of that meeting. So when you say stick to the agenda, it means let's stay on subject. That imagine you're having a meeting talking about accounts, you can't start talking about HR, right? So stick to the agenda. Set aside. What does it sound like?
We have not got it last week.
Is a new.
Yeah, we hadn't done it last week. So this is where we stopped. So set aside means allocated. We have set aside 200 units of whatever for this company, or I have set aside my morning for a meeting with my client. Is to allocate reserve it. Yeah.
Set aside.
Okay, examples.
Allocate what? Sorry, I don't understand.
It can be to allocate anything. It can be to allocate your time. It can be to allocate a unit of like product. It can be to allocate a week. I've set aside May only to study. I've set aside the month of May to study. So it's to
allocate an example.
Please.
I have set aside 100% for my time my time for commercial issues.
Okay.
How much?
100%.
1,300? Do you mean 1,300? No.
100%.
No.
30%. Sorry, 30%.
30%.
Yeah.
Because percentage, the highest you can go is 100. So under that is 30%.
Yeah, 30% of my time for commercial issues.
Masamba, did you agree with Ngone? Is it correct?
I'm surprised, and I just want to say good job.
No, it's not a good job because in the management meeting, the Taibu say to us is not correct. We must have how can I say it? The time dedicated, set aside to not production activity can't be
okay.
Increase.
Increase.
You have to correct Ngore.
Over how much do you say?
20%.
20%, not for managers, Salibi. It's for staff.
No.
Not for other staff.
Oh. Masamo, you have to correct Ngore.
I don't agree with you, Talibe. It's maybe for junior and senior, not for manager and senior manager.
We are not in our meeting.
The standard rate is 25%. After it's depends, you are manager, junior.
Okay.
Okay, guys, perfect. I've let you have
I said,
agreement about it, which means next week you have to remember what it means. Okay.
okay.
Set aside.
Okay.
Now I have
Anecdote.
begun to mention all this expression.
Mhm.
Okay, I give an example.
Yes, please.
I set aside all my time to verify the compliance of the engagement files.
To verify the what?
To verify the engagement file.
The engagement file?
Yeah, the compliance of the engagement file. If
Okay.
the engagement files are compliance with the group procedures.
Okay, so you've set aside all your time, you said, no? You've set aside 100%.
All my time.
Perfect. That's a good example.
Yes, good example.
I can say that I set aside 3 hours of English course by week.
Per week?
Per week, okay.
Yeah. I set aside 3 hours per week for English class. Okay, Talibe, your example?
As I set aside all my money for
Your wife.
philanthropic activity.
Okay, perfect. I set aside all my money.
All my money.
All of it.
He's generous.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's very
naturally
generous. Okay, the next one is run over. Run over means to go over, to extend not to extend, like to go over the deadline. So you can say our Monday morning meeting always runs over because we have so many topics to discuss.
I can make the sentences.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't use my name, Talibe, please.
No problem.
Engagement, you have.
Our English class session ran over any time because of of Bokar attitude. He always disturbs the class.
Okay.
No.
So you can say our English class runs over, not anytime. You wanted to say always, no? Our English class always runs over because Boka is disturbing the class.
Is it correct?
Grammatically, yes.
Are you agree with me?
Only grammatically.
I said
only
grammatically correct.
Only grammatically correct.
Okay. Gone, do you have an example?
Yeah, my last engagement ran over because I have not set aside many time. I have not set aside more time for that.
Perfect. My last engagement meeting, I'm assuming, no? Ran over because I did not set aside enough time. That's really good. So you get both what they mean.
It's not correct. You have to use only one, how can I say it? Only one expression.
No, Talbi, you are not the teacher. You are not the teacher. It's Arshie who decides for the rules, not you.
Yeah. So Gone is going to get an extra point. You know how you do voluntary tasks? Like in your class, you have voluntary homework. Gone does it. I love it. All right. Boka, do you have an example for run over?
Okay, I can try. Okay, my way. Today my work, yesterday my work run over. I have put the preterite. My work ran over because I have a headache.
Okay.
I had a headache.
Perfect. You corrected yourself in the second part of the sentence, but yesterday, my work, what is the past tense of run over?
Run over. R-A-N.
R-A-N, perfect. Ran over because I had a headache. Perfect. So you were working slower and that's why it ran over. All right. Last example, Musamba.
Okay. I can't run over of my budget objective because Taliban can't share me some mission. I choose to share me some mission.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand. What do you need from Taliban? What does he need to share with you?
Some budget. I need some budget from Taliban.
Okay, so you can't run over your budget because Talibe won't share his with you.
I'm not agree because
I don't agree.
I don't agree because it's not the good way to use run over. Run over is to pass to go after to run over. So the budget he never attempt the budget. He can run over the budget.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes. You run over your budget right now.
Maybe
No,
he can run over his budget, but he will not. He will not show the part which is run over.
He won't be able to show the part that he ran over. Yeah, past tense, already done, right? Okay, cover everything means to discuss all your points. So I'm really happy that we can end class on time today because we have covered everything. So we've finished everything we had to do. So everything that I had set aside to be done today, we did. And so we covered everything. Examples. Did you guys follow?
Cover everything.
Cover everything.
Can you explain again? Cover everything you say, yeah.
Cover everything means that you were able to do everything that you had to do. So for example, I ended class on time today because we covered everything. Like imagine we have to do past tense, present tense, and future continuous. And we did all three, we covered everything. Or in this meeting, we finished early because we covered everything in half an hour.
Can I try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Our client is very glad because we cover everything in the past assignment.
Okay. Clients were very happy because we covered everything in the past assignment. But what do you mean, like all the jobs? Or...
All the job, or not all the job, but correctly, or the thing correctly.
Okay, but that's more like tasks and it can be different things, right? Like this is more like when you're discussing, this can be more like topics.
Okay, topics, okay.
Yeah, so you can say, in my email, I cover all the points. Like imagine you have a meeting with someone face to face. And you can say, don't worry, I will send you an email that covers everything, that I will explain everything to you again in an email.
Okay, okay. Okay. So,
different examples. Gune? Are you talking because you're on mute?
He's on mute.
I was asking a question. We are obliged to use everything, or we can replace everything by other words?
You can replace it. You can replace it by like topics. So we covered all the topics, or we cover all the services. You can say clients really like us because we cover all these services. So cover just means to do all of it.
Okay. I have finished my proposal, and I think Talibe will be happy because I have covered all the points.
Perfect. I've covered all the points. Okay. Boka?
Okay. We have already. I'm sorry. We have very happy to our meeting because we have covered everything. We have covered all the important points.
Okay, perfect. So you would say we were very happy with or about our meeting, because you said we are very
about our meeting. We are very happy about our meeting. I'm sorry.
Because we have covered all the points. All right, last, Masamba.
I hope that I will cover everything during the risk management control.
Okay, perfect. You're going to cover everything in this meeting that you're going to have. Okay, this one is a really good one. Get the ball rolling. Does anyone know what this means?
Get the ball rolling is to continue.
No, it's to start.
To start.
Start.
Okay.
It's to start. So when everyone's like sitting down or like in a meeting, you're like, okay, let's get the ball rolling, guys. Who wants to go first, or who needs
Okay.
yeah?
Get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Bakar, can you go rolling for the next question, please?
To the next sentence.
Question, not sentence.
Can
Question.
you get the ball rolling for
Can you get the ball?
Okay.
Can you get the
Okay.
ball rolling for the next
Okay.
sentence?
Okay, Talibe, I can start.
Is it correct, Arshie?
Yes.
yeah,
is it
you can
correct?
say that. Can you get the ball rolling? Or when you want to start a meeting, you can ask that, right? Like today, whoever is going to get the ball rolling, you can say that.
Okay.
Usually you use it in a group context. You say, let's get the ball rolling. Like means let's
Okay.
start working.
Okay. I will use it for my next meeting, department meeting in English.
Perfect. You can just say, let's get this ball rolling.
Let ball rolling. Let's get the
Get,
ball.
yeah, get the ball rolling. Okay, Boka, can you give me an example?
Okay, I try again. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to have your attendance to this meeting.
Mhm.
President, can you get the ball rolling?
Okay, you would say the president is going to get the ball rolling, right?
Yeah.
Probably. I'm feeling like from the context of what you're saying, you would say this person is going to start because you're introducing, no?
Yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
Just the context. Okay, go on.
Okay, so our English lesson is about small talks. Who want to get the ball rolling?
Perfect. Our English lessons about small talk, not small talks. Yeah, small talk is a concept. It's not plural. Who wants to get the ball rolling? Because singular person. All right, Masamba.
Okay. Talibe, could you explain us how to get the ball running during your department meeting?
Not correct.
No, it's correct. Can you explain how to get the ball rolling in your department meeting? Like, how do you start in your department meeting?
Okay.
So you can say we start by discussing the budget. Then you can say that.
I can say sentences. Bakar run over his quota of okay in this session. Gonna get the ball up rolling for the other topics.
Okay.
Is it correct, Arshie?
You would say run over, but in the past. So ran over.
Run over his okay.
To correct your sentence, Talibe.
Can you get the ball rolling for the other topics?
All right.
She should explain first.
All right, I'm going to go through the next one. Going through the list of action points. This is very obvious, right? What does it sound like?
Going through the list of action points.
Okay. If I understand, it means that we have the how to say it.
Find all action points.
Samba, what did you say?
Find all action points.
Exactly. So they go through every point, right? So one by one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to go through the list of action points for
one by one.
Yeah. So like one by one. So I would say I'm going to go through the list of like what we're doing now. We're going through the list of small talk. So we're doing each point. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's it. Okay. Example. Talibe, you want to start?
Okay. Ngone, can you please get the ball rolling the seminar? And please, you have to go through the list point you have to go through the list action point of our topics for all the topics.
Yeah, you can say for every topic or for all the topics, either or. Yeah.
I don't understand his sentence.
Okay. Do you want to repeat? He said,
gonna get the ball rolling of our seminar, and please go through the list of action for other topics.
Okay, thank you.
So you
Okay,
will
I try. Can I try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hello to members.
Last okay for Baba.
After receiving the inspection report from the group, we are going through the list of action points to resolve all the problems.
We're going to the list of action points to resolve the problems. Okay, perfect. Other examples, Gone?
So let's get the ball rolling with our meeting. We are going through the list of all assignments.
Okay, we're gonna go to the list of assignments. Perfect, Masamba.
Before leaving, it will be very important to ensure that list of action plan is very important to going through the list of action points.
To go through, right? Because you're already saying before leaving, you're using an ing already. So you're saying before leaving, it is very important to ensure or to go through the list of action points. Okay, perfect. Look into, what does it sound like?
Analyze.
Kind of. Investigate. Directly, it's investigate. So I'm going to look into why this is a problem, or I'm going to look into how to solve the issue with the HR department. So you're going to investigate something, right? Okay, Boka, example?
Yes. After 3 months of after 3 months, I have now to look into Ngone's engagement file.
Okay, so after 3 months, I am going to, right? Because you're still going to do it. So after 3 months, I'm going to look into the engagement file. All right, Masamba, example?
Can I look into I have not look into, I have not and I have not understand really what is it?
To investigate.
It means to investigate.
Investigate.
To control, to investigate.
Okay, maybe we'll do some more examples and that will like help you understand. Talibe, do you have an example for look into?
Yes, I'm gonna look into the reasons why Bokar is very talkative.
Okay, I'm going to look into why Boka is so talkative. But that's not, obviously it's not possible, but grammatically it's a correct sentence. We're not going to get an answer.
I give another example for Masamba because
no, Boka, you have already done an example.
I am preparing. You know, Masamba will be controlled by the inspection. And now, as a quality risk manager of Mazars Senegal, I'm preparing now to look into Masamba engagements.
Masamba's engagements.
Masamba's engagement. Masamba, you are agree? You understand now?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you.
Okay, Gone, your example?
I will look into Talibe's timesheet because he has booked many non-invest time.
Okay, I'm going to look into Talibe's timesheet because he has booked many what?
In non-invest time.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
I don't know if it is correct. So in our work, we have times that we book for assignment for customers, and we have administrative commercial time which are not invoiced.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I think it's like something very specific to your company, right? To Mazars.
Yeah.
So maybe I think in English you would call it like professional, like where you're facing the customer, that kind of time, and then personal time.
No, we have times that we have fees for this time because we are doing assignment for customers.
Okay, so
And
build hours.
Build.
Build and unbilled. You know what a bill
Unbilled.
is? Like
Yeah.
when you give someone a receipt, right?
Yeah.
So he has a
Build
lot of
and unbilled.
unbilled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Build,
So my
unbilled.
example was I will have a look into Talibe's time sheet because he has booked many in unbilled times.
Many unbilled hours.
Hours.
Put it in the chat just so you can see the words so you remember. Billed. Okay.
I'm looking to why the delay are not respect.
The deadline.
The deadline. Ah, yes. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. You're looking into why the deadline is not
Welcome.
respected. All right. Came up. Came up is very simple. It basically just means something that was mentioned, but you didn't go into detail. So in today's class, something that came up was present continuous, but I don't explain it. I just say, okay, we'll do present continuous next class. Yeah, so something came up that you mentioned, but you don't actually explain or go in detail about it. Does that make sense?
No.
No? Were you listening? Were you listening?
He was joking.
No, I'm not joking. I have to do
You're out the class.
It's okay.
I can see him sending an email or something.
Okay. Excuse me, Arshie.
That's okay. To come up is in the past here, so it would be either to come up or came up, no? So in today's meeting, it came up that I might be traveling for work, but I don't know any details. So something that you mentioned, but you don't know more about. Like in today's English class, future tense came up, but Arshie didn't explain it. Yeah?
In our meeting this morning, Talibe came up about an important assignment, but he does not explain it.
Okay, so an important assignment came up. You can't say Talibe came up because that means the person, right? So this assignment came up, but Talibe didn't explain it. All right, Boka example.
Okay. Today, our managing partner came up
because you are not listening.
Came up very quickly. The object of the meeting group, but he's not there. He hasn't detailed it.
He hasn't explained it in detail.
Explained it in detail, yes.
Detail it is not a verb. Same thing what I said to Gone. You cannot say a person came up. You say the object or the thing, the topic came up, right? So in the meeting, something came up, but the director didn't explain it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Talibe example.
Sleeping.
No, honestly, I'm thinking about a very nice
sentence.
But Masam, go ahead to give me some time for thinking about.
Yeah, Masamba, if you have your example, go ahead, please.
Okay. This morning, some collaborator came up with more important information from a client.
Okay, you can use it in this context when you said came up with, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, you would say more important information came up in the meeting this morning,
yes,
but I don't know any details. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Talibe, now do you have it?
Yes, our business development manager came up this morning with very interesting proposal. So he didn't tell us the deadlines.
But she didn't tell us the deadline. Not so.
Right. But she didn't tell us the deadline.
Is it correct?
Yeah, she came up with something, but she didn't tell us the deadline. That's fine. Okay, last one. Found out is to discover. I found out yesterday that I was actually born in a different city. Like something that you discovered suddenly that you believed was something else. So you find out. I found out that I will not be having vacations this year because of the travel situation.
Okay.
I thought I was going to go on vacation, but I'm not anymore. So it's to discover something. I found out the order from this client had been canceled, but I had been working on it. So no one told me.
I found out that Boko have a new girlfriend, but she didn't tell us to. She didn't
Yeah,
tell
look
us.
serious.
Something that surprised you, right?
Yes, we were very surprised.
Perfect. Boka, do you have an example?
Oh, I'm very surprised to. I'm very surprised to. How to say? to find out.
To find out.
To find out that I have a girlfriend.
Okay. Gone, example?
Yeah, I found out that Masamba has not covered everything in his proposal.
Are you sure?
Okay, Masamba example.
I found out that I have a big gratification bonus this year.
A big?
A very big bonus this year.
Bonus?
Yeah.
Congratulations. That you're going to have a very big bonus this year. Perfect. I love
it. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Masamba.
Okay, so now we know all
I will look into how do you do to have a big bonus this year.
What did you do to have a big bonus? Perfect.
This is my secret.
It's not your rules.
Yeah, but I will get the ball rolling with this rule.
Okay. Do you guys now remember this reading we did last week?
I have not done it yet last week.
So we did something like this.
We did this last week. I remember these are where I got all the expressions, right? So this is we had like gone through this and read this sentence by sentence last week.
Yeah.
Right. Just remember it. So we had already read it. If you want to skim it, do you know what skimming is? To skim something?
No.
It's like when you read something really quickly. I just want you guys to read it so we can discuss some questions, because we'll do like a pure like just conversation. I just want you to read it really quickly, and obviously because Masamba hadn't read it, he can read it as well. I'm just gonna full screen it for you guys so you can see.
I have no follow it. Oh, I was not here in the meeting.
Of course you were here.
My brain was everywhere, or in another place. My brain.
Your girlfriend, I imagine.
No, it's a mistake. I think we should start now, right? Ready studio.
Arshie, can you remember what set aside is?
To set aside? What sentence is it in? Just so I know.
6.
Number 6. I've set aside 2 hours. Remember we were talking about this, that like to allocate, like I set aside
Okay.
my 3 hours a week for English class, no?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so all the expressions now make sense, right?
Yeah.
Has everyone finished? Masamba, have you finished as well?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
And Taliban and Boka, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you guys remember, this is just basically like a transcript of a meeting, right? This is how a meeting works. So I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys today a little bit, just to see what your thoughts were, how you guys usually do meetings at Mazar, and just to understand a little bit more. So these are my questions for you guys today. What kind of body language do you think the chairwoman used to interrupt small talk? So remember the first sentence where she's interrupting the conversation, right? She's like, okay, can everyone sit down? I can go back and check. Right, I think we should start. Could you? Do you see those things? So that's interruption, right? What kind of body language do you think she's using to interrupt the small talk? And why didn't she finish her request? Any one of you, whatever opinion you have, you guys can just tell me.
I don't understand, Arshie, what we have to do?
So we're just going to have a conversation about body language and small talk that you use in meetings. So I just want you guys to, just tell me your opinions on what you think is happening in this meeting.
Okay.
So when the first sentence is, she's like, I think we should start now. Robert, Alice, could you? Robert, thanks. When she's saying this, what do you think she was doing physically? What is her, do you know the expression body language?
Yes.
Yes.
What body language do you think the chairwoman used to interrupt the small talk? Why didn't she finish her request? There's a request she started to make when she says, could you, Robert, thanks. What do you think she was trying to say?
Oh, I don't understand.
The question is basically, what do you think is happening in the first sentence?
Okay.
Point number 1, what do you think is happening here?
Okay. Right. Right.
Does anyone have an answer? What do you think is happening? Has she started the meeting? Did she say, okay, I'm going to get the ball rolling?
Right.
Yes, she can say that.
She could say that, right? That's an option.
Yes, you can get the ball. You can get the ball. You can get the ball rolling.
Okay, but she didn't quite say it. So I would say, this is my assumption, her body language was probably like she stood up and tried to do something, right? She stood up and tried to start the meeting, or stood up and tried to get the presentation going, something like that, right? Does that make sense?
I don't understand what we are supposed to do.
Okay, we're just talking about, I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys about meeting etiquette, about like what people are doing in meetings, how meetings run, how you guys do things at Mazar. So what I'm trying to do is, we're going to break it down. I have questions about every sentence. We're going to break it down to see what do you think is happening, because this is a transcript, right? A transcript is a written down document of a spoken conversation.
Okay.
So this is a transcript of a meeting. We're trying to imagine what is happening in this room. So what do you think is happening when she says the first sentence? I think we should start now. What do you think?
They are introducing themselves, no?
Yeah, she's not even started introducing herself. She's just like trying to make sure everyone's sitting down, right?
Okay. I think that it is the introduction of the meeting, and perhaps she tells to something to get through the ball rolling.
Okay, to get something about the ball rolling. Why do you think the chairwoman decided not to criticize people for being late? Do you agree with her decision?
And read it again. Can I read again the text?
Yeah. So do you see how she starts and she says, okay, is everybody here? Who are we waiting for? And obviously someone here is late, right? She says, well, I think I have to start without them. I have to make a start without them, right? We've got a lot to get through. Why do you think she decided to start without the people who were late first? And why do you think she didn't criticize anyone for being late?
Can you remind me to get through?
We have a lot to get through. We have to do a lot of work.
Okay, we have today. Okay.
And the question is, what is the question?
Why do you think she didn't criticize anyone for being late?
Why? Can you repeat, please, Arshie? Sorry, I have problem to understand today.
No, that's okay. Why did she not criticize anyone for being late?
Oh.
It's a personal opinion. It's a personal question. When someone comes to a meeting and if they're late, would you criticize them?
Of course.
It depends.
Of course.
What are you waiting for?
Okay. So in this situation, why do you think she didn't criticize them?
Because he's the person who come late is the boss.
Okay, possibly because the person who came late is the boss. Any other opinion?
Because he's a customer.
Maybe because he's a customer. So those are good opinions, right? Okay. The third question.
Because maybe he's the first time we met him.
Maybe it's the first time you met someone, so you don't want to be rude on the first meeting. Perfect. Those are just different opinions, right? The chairwoman referred to action points for the next month and a meeting next month. What's the difference between the next month and next month? So these two expressions, right? I'm going to find them for you guys. Okay.
It's not here.
It's not here.
No, it's here.
No,
on line number 4. By the end of the meeting, we'll have a list of firm action points for the next month. And then hopefully we need one more meeting next month. So do you see in these two examples where they don't use the article? So the first sentence, she says for the next month, and we'll have one more meeting next month. What is the difference?
Okay, for the next month and next month.
Maybe for the next month is not, if you are in January, it's not necessary in February. Maybe it will be on March or April.
Okay, so for a future month, you mean?
Yeah, for the future months. And the second
Next
one
month.
is the months which will come after.
Absolutely after. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to try to explain it. Any other guesses? Masamba, were you going to say something?
No. I just approve what I'm going to say.
Okay, so you agree with her.
I'm agree.
What's the difference, right? If today is the 19th of April, right? The next month is the period between now and the 19th of May.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense? And next month simply refers to any time in May. So I'm going to say, for the next whole month, I will be running every day in the morning, or like when you guys started fasting, for like obviously because the calendar, like the English calendar, Ramadan started on the 16th or 15th of April. So you say for the next month, I will be fasting, which means you will start fasting on the 15th of April till the 15th of May, right? But when you say next month, I'm going to go on vacation. So at any point in May, you go on vacation. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing that Ngone said.
No, it's not the same thing.
Huh?
No, it's not the same thing.
Okay. If I understand.
Because what Gone said was that it could be any month in the future, which makes sense. And Gone, the way you would say it, you would say the next months.
Mhm.
In the next months, at some point, I will do my exam. So maybe you do it in May or maybe you do it in July.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
By step.
Why didn't the chairwoman go through the agenda step by step? Do you agree with her decision? So, you know, when you read it here, when she starts with the marketing plan. She's like, work out what we still need to do. And then she skips to the loose ends, right? And then she's like, by this time I want to. So do you normally, when you do a meeting, you go through an agenda
Mhm.
step by step, right? Why do you think she didn't do that? And do you agree? Like, what would you do personally? Would you personally go through a meeting step by step, or would you do what's important?
Because
Step by step,
It depends of
depend
what
of
kind
the-
of meeting it.
Yes. And it depends of the time we have to finalize the meeting.
Okay, so this expression that both of you use, right? It depends with an S. It depends on the kind of meeting that it is, and it depends on how much time you've set aside for the meeting, right?
Yes, we set aside for the meeting.
Perfect. Good job. All right. Why did the chairwoman set both a maximum time limit and an ideal time limit? Do you know what we're talking about?
why did the chairman boss
Set
I
a
did it.
maximum time limit and an ideal time limit. So where she says on point number 6, we've got a lot to get through, so please stick to the agenda. I've set aside 2 hours for this meeting and we really can't afford to run over. So 2 hours is the maximum, right? You cannot go more than 2 hours. Ideally, we can cover everything in an hour. So the ideal limit is 1 hour, but the maximum limit is 2 hours. Why do you think she did this? And does it sound reasonable? Do you think this is the correct way to conduct a meeting?
As I say,
An hour and a half.
I think it's a good point because it will enable him to manage the time of the meeting.
Okay, it would enable her to manage the time of the meeting properly. So she's giving you a minimum and a maximum. Any other opinions? Do you think meetings should have a minimum and a maximum time limit?
of course, because before we began the meeting, we set a time. So sometimes we can say that the meeting is only for 1 hour, or sometimes you can run over this this deadline.
Okay, perfect.
But I think Arshie, we have not to fix the minimum time of the meeting. We can fix the maximum, but not the minimum, because if we are efficient, we can do the meeting at how to say it?
Faster or sooner?
Yeah, faster.
Yeah, so if you're efficient, you can finish the meeting faster, right? So is that always our goal, as efficient as possible? Is that always our goal? Like personally, would it be to be as efficient as possible?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Is that always the goal, to be as efficient as possible? Like, is that what we always try to do, to be as efficient as possible in meetings?
No, but
Indeed.
it's not a goal, but we can sometimes we can maybe fix 1 hour, and if every people is how do you say it?
If all the people,
If all the people are very inspired, we can do the meeting before the time which is booked.
okay, perfect. All right, guys, one more question. Do you have, from that text that I showed you guys in the beginning, was there any vocabulary that you didn't understand? Any words?
On this slide?
So I've put some extra words here as well. but maybe you want to, actually, I don't know, I wanted to do more conversation today. So I've sent you these slides. You will have these words. Maybe you can look at it when you guys have time. I want you rather to talk and not me constantly explaining vocabulary. So what I think I want to do is, now we have like 15 minutes left. So maybe we set an ideal time. We're going to have a meeting for 15 minutes, okay? These are 3 topics. We can choose one, or we can come up with our own topic. And I want you to use the vocabulary and the expressions that we've already discussed so far. So what do you think is interesting? A new health and safety procedure at Mazars, or how to deal with a public relation crisis, or finding new sources of income? We can vote. Which do you think is the most interesting to have a meeting about?
The third for me.
Third one, finding new sources of income for you, obviously, because you're the boss. So you want everyone to get new sources of income. Any other, what do the rest of you think? Gone, Boka, what do you guys think?
We can go with this one.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Masamba.
now, Masamba, what do you think? Do you agree?
Is flipping, Masamba.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was not here.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to have a meeting about finding new sources of income for our business. Okay, so imagine we're a team that work together. I mean, you guys are a team that work together. So you have to think about finding new sources of business. It can be fake, obviously. I'm going to put the expressions back on the screen. So I want you guys to try to use this. So take a couple minutes to think about what your positions would be, what your ideas are, and how you're going to use these expressions. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll start. So I'm going to give you about 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes to come up with some sentences.
Okay.
And then we can start.
Oh, okay.
You guys need any help with any vocabulary? Let me know. Any other words or anything that you want to try and say?
Masamba, ton micro.
C'est pas moi.
Singone,
Sorry?
your micro.
Yeah, it's me.
Your microphone.
Okay, guys, does everyone have all these expressions more or less like memorized? I have another slide I would like to show you. So if I can change it, if you don't mind, is anyone still using this slide? Is anybody still using this slide?
Sorry?
You can go, Arshie. It's okay.
Okay. These are some other words that you can try to use. Yeah. Okay, are we ready to start?
Okay.
Not ready.
Can you show the other slide, please?
Mhm. There you go.
Thank you.
Gune,
Yes.
your microphone.
Sorry.
Okay, are we ready to start? Technically, your time's up. Do you guys have some expressions?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine I'm hosting this meeting. So I'll be like, all right, guys, thank you so much for attending. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about potential income sources for our business. Who has any ideas that they would be willing to share?
Yeah, I think first we have to get the ball rolling by finding alternative way to get more income, and we should look into the way to get to have it,
to achieve this goal.
achieve this goal. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else? So basically what Gone is saying is that we need to look into or investigate new sources of income, right? Does anyone else have anything they would like to add?
Yes, so I will want to share with you the result of my last journey in the south of Senegal. I was very happy to find out the interest of the client for a new product we made.
Okay, I was very happy to find out, but find out means discover, right?
Okay.
So you would say, I'm very happy to find clients that were interested. Or what you said is correct. I was very happy to find out that we had interest from clients.
Yeah, we had interest from clients.
Perfect. Okay, anybody else? Anything else to add?
I
Bakar?
think
first of all, for me, it's very interesting to look into our how can I say it? I don't have to speak French. Our competitors or concurrents.
Competitors.
Competitors.
That it.
Okay. To look into our competitors' strategy before define a new product.
Okay, perfect. First of all, I would like to look into our competitors' strategy before defining a new product, right? Is that what you said? Perfect. Masamba or Boka, one of you guys?
I was fan of teacher question because I was dreaming, but I was surprised to note that she was come up with new words today. And
Masamba, you are out of subject.
On doit utiliser les mots, non?
Not French.
You have to speak English, Masamba.
I understand that we need to understand the small talk.
But the context is that we are looking into to have more income. It is a context.
Looking into and more income.
To have more income.
Yeah, looking into finding new business or generating more income.
No, this
It
is
is the
not,
context of the exercise.
no, this is, sorry, this is not my understanding.
Okay, take a minute to see if you can come up with something for a meeting to share, like any ideas, or how would you share something like, imagine you're in a meeting where you have nothing to say, but if someone asks you, hi, do you have any ideas? What would you say?
Masamba, education is for you.
Yes, I analyze.
You try to find out an answer.
Not to find out an answer. Find
To
out
look
is
into. To look into.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not to look into an answer.
We can say to look into.
But for what?
For what? Yes.
For having an answer to the question.
No.
I'm going to look into having an
to
answer.
look into is to
investigate. Yeah. Okay. Imagine if I was in Masamba's position and I was in a meeting where I didn't really have a lot of ideas. This is what I would say. I would be like, okay, I'm really busy. I was really busy tying up some remaining loose ends, but I will come up with some new ideas and I will send them round to you guys by end of the day.
Sorry, it's very quickly for me.
All right. Now that's fine. I would say, imagine if I came to a meeting and I wasn't prepared, right? I'm in a meeting, but I had to come up with new ideas, but I wasn't prepared. I would say, I'm sorry, I was really busy this morning, tying up some loose ends with last week's proposal, but I will come up with new ideas and send them round to you by 5 p.m. today.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
To say something like that, right? Okay, Boka, do you have something to add?
Okay, for me to increase our revenue or income,
Or generate income?
Yeah, generate income. I think we have to set aside the 50% of our time to find out new clients.
Okay, so you don't say to find out new clients. You would say to find new clients, right? To find out is to discover. I found out yesterday that something happened, right? It's news.
Okay.
To find new clients. That's
okay,
it.
find new clients, yeah.
Perfect, that's really good.
Clients. Yeah.
Okay, so we're all like trying to look for new clients, right? Like that's what everyone has said. Anyone have any other sentences that you think that would work?
I have set around the document before the meeting. So I want to have your feedback before getting the ball rolling.
But Talibe, your document is not covering everything.
Perfect. I love that, Gone. Thank you. The document doesn't cover everything. How do we make sure that we're covering everything in the meeting now? Any other opinions?
To stick to the agenda.
Yeah, you can just say again, of course, maybe my document doesn't cover everything because I was trying to stick to the agenda.
Yeah.
You're sticking to what you need to talk about, right?
Okay.
Perfect. Good job. Okay, Boka, anything to add?
No, no.
Okay, so far, do you feel like you've understood these expressions and they make sense or that they would help you in meetings?
I think we will forget it just after this English class.
After this class, okay, guys.
I think we have to use this word after this English class. I think.
Yes, I think so too. I've sent you guys the PPT. You have all the material. Try to use.
Can you send us the description of all these expressions?
I can send you all the.
Why you have not mentioned it on your paper? Me, I have mentioned it on it.
You have mentioned it in
No.
French, Bokar, but it's not.
No, for example, it stick to the agenda. It doesn't mean, it means to stay on object, you know, set aside to allocate, you know.
Okay,
You
so
know,
can you take a photo of your agenda and send it to me?
Run over to go over
Yes.
the deadline, you know.
Bakar,
Oh.
I think that is a good idea. You can share your this explanation with us.
No, I'm not.
It's very easy. It's very easy.
No, I'm not agree with you
I
because
don't agree, Taliban.
I don't agree with you because Bokar can make some faults and some errors.
Boga can make some mistakes.
Some mistakes. Yes,
Mistakes.
some mistakes.
Okay, perfect. So the video is usually, it takes a little bit of time to get ready because it uploads to the cloud. So as soon as the video is ready in the next couple hours, and then with that, like with the link for that, I'll send you all the expressions again and all the descriptions again, like all the meaning. Yeah.
Good.
So that this is what I would recommend. Today's Monday. We have class again on Wednesday, obviously. Choose 2 expressions and try to use them in your daily life. So when you go home, you can be like, okay, don't talk to me right now. I still have a lot of work to get through because I'm sure, or whatever, right? Something like that. Or we ran over. I'm sorry, I came home late because we ran over with the last meeting of the day. Choose.
Actually, I am not very agree with you because if you do that, we do it, we must have problems in family.
With your family. So use them in a something that where it's not creating a problem, right? Like in a positive way. You can be like, I found out today that from Tuesday, I only have to work for 8 hours.
Okay.
Your family will be so happy with that, no?
It's better.
Yeah. So that's your responsibility, how you do it. Please don't have any problems because I'm not going to be the person you can blame. But choose 2 expressions and try to use them at home. Okay?
Okay.
And then I'll see you guys Wednesday. I was thinking maybe on Wednesday we can do more conversation, like not as much me giving you more vocabulary. We'll do like more like a game or something like that.
Okay.
A little bit. But I want you guys to know most of these expressions when you come back. Yeah.
Okay. We try.
And I'll send you all of it.
Okay.
And that's it. And then we can stop here today. And then I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.